Welcome to math class today. If you're new to this channel, you are welcome. So click the subscribe button, comment and share this video. Now today's math class is going to be dealing with revision questions. We'll be dealing with some questions that are likely to come out in our examination. So now let's dive into the first question. Share 500 naira in the ratio 2:3. Now, for you to be able to share any quantity in ratio, the first thing you need to do is to identify the ratio. So now this is the ratio in the ratio 2:3. Then the next thing you need to do is to add up the ratio. So sum of ratio, and sum means addition. 2 plus 3, that will be equal to 5. Now share 500 naira. We have two people here in the ratio 2:3. Once you see only two figures, it means two shares, that is sharing for one person and the other person. So what we'll be doing now is to find the first share. The first share will be 2, the second share will be 3. So now to find the first share, the first share is 2. That will be 2 over the total number of ratio, that's 5, multiplied by the quantity that is to be shared. This is the quantity to be shared. That's 500 naira over 1. So let's reduce. 5 into 5 is 1. 5 into 500 is 100. So 2 times 100 naira, that's equal to 200 naira. So the first share is equal to 200 naira. So now let's find the second share. The second share is 3. So that will be 3 over the total ratio, which is 5, times the quantity, which is 500 naira. So let's reduce this fraction. 5 into 5 is 1. 5 into 500 is 100. So 3 times 100 naira is equal to 300 naira. So you can see that we have been able to share 500 naira in the ratio 2:3. You can see that the first share is 200 naira and the second share is 300 naira. So take note and write this down in your exercise book. Now the second question says a table is bought for 1,000 naira and sold for 1,250 naira. Find the profit percent. So now when you're to find the profit percent, you need to identify the cost price and the selling price. The cost price is the price at which you bought the article, which is the table, and the selling price is the price at which you sold it. So now the cost price is 1,000 naira and the selling price is equal to 1,250 naira. So definitely we have profit because the selling price is greater than the cost price. So the first thing you're going to calculate is to calculate the profit, which is equal to selling price minus cost price, and that's equal to 1,250 naira minus 1,000 naira. So that answer will be 250 naira. Now the percentage profit, which is also known as profit percent, will be equal to the profit divided by the cost price multiplied by 100%. The profit is 250 naira divided by the cost price, which is 1,000 naira, times 100%. So 2 zeros cancels 2 zeros, 0 cancels 0, then we are left with 25. So our answer would be in percentage, so that is 25%. So anytime you're looking for profit percent, loss percent, your answer will be in percentage, so that's 25%. Find the value of, open bracket, 4/3 times 2.5 close bracket divided by 3/4, that's 3 whole number 4/7. Now when you have operation like this, you apply BODMAS. Now the full meaning of BODMAS is brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Now the first thing we have to deal with here is the operation in the bracket. So let's write it out. 4 whole number 2 over 3 times 2 whole number 1 over 2. So after simplifying this, then we'll simplify the other one. So now let's convert this to improper fraction. When multiplying by mixed number, convert everything to improper fraction. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. So that's 14 over 3 times 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. That's 5 over 2. So now let's see if we can reduce to the lowest term. 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into 14 is 7. So 7 times 5 is equal to 35 over 3. So that's the answer to the fractions in the bracket, to the operations in the bracket. Now we will now write out this answer, which is 35 over 3, together with the remaining fraction, divided by 3 whole number 4 over 7. So that will be equal to 35 over 3 divided by, we convert this to improper fraction. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. That's 25 over 7. Okay, now when dividing by a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction, or inverse. The meaning of inverse or reciprocal is that same fraction turned upside down. So we will change this division to multiplication, and we will turn this fraction upside down. So that will be equal to 35 over 3 times, turn this upside down, 7 over 25. Okay, so now we can divide. 5 can divide this. So 5 in 35 is 7. 5 in 25 is 5. So now let's multiply the numerator and the denominator. 7 times 7 is 49. That's equal to 49 over 3 times 5 is 15. That's over 15. So now we do not have a common factor for the numerator and denominator. So what we need to do is to convert to mixed number. So 49 divided by 15, that will be 3, because 3 times 15 is 45. We'll be left with 4. 3 whole number 4 over 15. So I hope you got this. So make sure you write this down in your book. Now the next one is find the value of 1.3 plus 0.7, all in bracket, plus 0.5. So now we will solve the one in the brackets, okay, added to this. But because everything is addition, we can add up everything together. So that's 1.3 plus 0.7 plus 0.5. So that will be 1.3 plus 0.7 plus 0.5. So we can do it this way. So 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 5 carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then you have your decimal point. So that's our answer. 2.5 is the answer. Now number 5, change 110 base 2 to base 10 number. Now when converting to base 10, the first thing you need to do is to give each of these digits an index. So that will be 110 base 2. So we are going to number these digits with an index from the right to the left. So that will be 0, 1, 2. Now we'll be using expansion form. We pick the first digit, which is 1, times the base, the base, that's 2, raised to power the index, that's 2. I hope you got that. Then put that in brackets, plus the next digit, that will be 1 times 2 raised to power 1. 1 times 2 raised to power 1. Okay, plus 0 times 2 raised to power 0. So now let's simplify. That will be equal to 2 raised to power 2 means 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. So 1 times 4 will give us 4, plus 2 raised to power 1 is 2. 1 times 2 will give us 2, plus 0 times anything is 0. Okay, so now 4 plus 2 is equal to 6, which means our answer is 6 base 10. So we have been able to convert this to base 10, and that's the answer. If a man earns 35,000 naira in a month, what is his salary in a year? Now 1 month salary is equal to 35,000 naira. Therefore 1 year, and 1 year is equal to 12 months. Okay, so that will be 12 months divided by 1 month times 35,000 naira. So month will cancel month, then we have to multiply 12 by 35,000 naira. So all you just need to do is to multiply 35 by 12. Okay, multiply 35 by 12, then we add the 3 zeros. Now in our mental math tricks, we have taught how to multiply 2 digits by 2 digits in an easy way, which I'm going to show you. So 12 times 35, I'm going to do it this way. Okay, then 2 times 5 is 10. I'll write 0, carry 1. Don't forget this one. 1 times 3 is 3. Then 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 times 2 is 6. Add it to 6. That will give you 11. Now 11 plus 1 will give us 12. So we write to move 1 here. So 1 plus 3 will be equal to 4. So our answer is 420. So now 12 times 35,000 will be equal to 420,000. 420,000. I hope you got that. Now let's move to the next question. How many kilograms are in 6,500 grams? Now if you know your metric table, or you attended our 30 days math challenge, you would have learnt this. Okay, now 1,000 grams make 1 kilogram. So if 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram, that's the relationship between grams and kilograms. So therefore 6,500 grams. So now grams will definitely cancel grams. So you have 6,500 divided by 1,000 times 1 kilogram. So 0 cancel 0, 0 cancel 0. We are left with 65 divided by 10. When dividing by powers of 10, count from the decimal point to the left. So now 10 has 1 0, so we'll be counting from the right to the left. 1. So let's count 1. It means our decimal point will be in between 6 and 5. So that will be 6.5. So 6.5 times 1 kilogram is the same as 6.5 kilograms. Now let's see the next question. The next question says, find the missing side of the triangle below. Previously we have learnt Pythagoras theorem. So to find any side of a right angle triangle, we apply the Pythagoras rule. So now this is the hypotenuse, this is the opposite, and this is the adjacent. So now to find the adjacent, this is what we're going to do. We're going to find the square. The square of the adjacent will be equal to the square of the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse, minus the square of the opposite side, which is 8 centimeters. So that will be y square equals the square of 10 is 100 minus the square of 8 is 64. So now the difference between 100 and 64 is 36. Now we were asked to find y, not the square of y. So for the square to move from the left hand side to the right hand side, we have to take the square root. So that will be y is equal to, we are transferring the square to the other side, it becomes square root because square goes with square root. So the square root of 36 is 6 because it means 6 times 6. Then you put down one of the number. So the missing side of the triangle is 6 centimeters. Find the area of a circle whose diameter is 10 centimeters. Now the formula for calculating the area of a circle, the formula is equal to pi r square. So now, which means we need radius, the square of radius. We need to find the radius. We have been given diameter in the question, and to get the radius, when diameter is given, it is diameter divided by 2. So diameter is 10 centimeters, divided by 2 we will have 5 centimeters. So it means that our radius is 5 centimeters. So now let's find the area of the circle. So now that will be equal to pi r square. It means pi times the square of radius. Now in the question it says take pi to be 3.14. Today we are not using 22/7. So instead of writing pi, we'll write 3.14 times the square of radius. That's 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters. So that will be 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters. So now we should be able to multiply. So 3.14 times 5 times 5. The first thing you need to do is to ignore the decimal point first. Okay, ignore the decimal point first. So what will be 3.14 times 5? Let's multiply by 5 first. Now we have also learned how to multiply even and odd numbers by 5. When multiplying an even number by 5, what do? Divide that number by 2, write down your answer and write 0 beside it. You can see that it's really coming up in our mathematics question. So now let's ignore the decimal points. Let's rewrite and ignore the decimal points. This will be over 100 times 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters. So when multiplying by 5, this even number, divide that number by 2. So 314, what will it give us? 300 will give us 150, 14 will give us 7, so that's 157. Okay, now write 0 beside it. That is 1570. So now 314 times 5 is 1570. Now 1570 times 5. That's interesting. This is also an even number. When multiplying by 5, divide the number by 2 and write 0 beside the answer. So what is 1570 divided by 2? 1000 divided by 2, or 1500 divided by 2 is 750. Then 70 divided by 2 is 35. So that is 785. Then write 0 beside it. That will give us 7850. So 1570 times 5 is 7850. Can you see how we did mental math? How we did math in our head? Then divided by 100 so that we can fix back our decimal point. So 0 cancels 0, divide by 10, count to the left 1, that's 78.5. So our answer is 78.5 square centimeters, because area is written in square centimeters. Now if you haven't gotten our mental math tricks video, this is the time, because it's playing out in this question. Tell your parents to contact us immediately on WhatsApp 080-90605 080-600-90605, so that you can learn how to do maths in your head. So tell your parents to get the bundle for mental math tricks so that you'll be able to do calculations in your head. So now the next one, which is the last question for this class, solve 723 minus 6k equals 195. Okay, so now we need to make this value positive, because the term we need to find is here. So we are going to move it to the right hand side. The reason is because it is negative. We want it to be positive. So that will be 723. Move this to the right hand side. It will become plus 6k. Bring this 195 to the left hand side. It is positive here. That is, it is plus here. When it comes here, it will become minus. So that will be minus 195 equals 6k. So 723 minus 195. How can you quickly do mental subtraction? It's also in our mental maths videos. Now this is 723, which is larger. Now round up 195 to the nearest 100. That's 200. Subtract 200 from 723. What will that give you? That will give you 523. You added 5 before you subtracted. Add 5 to 523, that is 528. It means our answer here is 528, which is equal to 6k. So divide both sides by 6, okay? That's over 6. over 6, which cancels this 6. So now 528 divided by 6. Is it possible? Now let's start with 2. This divided by 2 is 3. This divided by 2 will give us 2 here, 6, then 4. So can 264 be divided by 3? Let's try it. So 26 divided by 3. That will give us 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Remainder 2. So when 2 is placed beside 4, you have another 24. Divided by 3, you have 8. Good. So our answer is 88. So K is equal to 88. So you can also see that our mental math tricks played out here. If you want to have access to these videos, tell your parents to contact us on WhatsApp, and I'll be glad to have you get on board with those mental math tricks. Now, if today is your first time on our YouTube channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and you know what, share the videos with your friends and family. So now I'm going to give you a question. Drop it in the comment section right now. So solve this for me. Okay, solve this and drop your answer in the comment section. I'll see you next time. Have fun.